don't remember what show it was on, but Sununu was on this right-wing podcast. And Sununu had always portrayed himself publicly as being a pro-choice Republican, and had always been consistently pro-choice, and that was something he was never going to budge on. On this podcast, the podcaster kind of asks him about that, and Sununu actually said, well, I think you'll find a more pro-life governor in the entire country. I've been consistently pro-life. Like, he just blatantly lies.
Put him in front of a right-wing reporter and his whole lingo changed. I liked that man. I liked that man. I voted for that man. But when he signed that budget into law, knowing full well that there was a mandate in there that would force rape by medical instrumentation, which, when I say that, that means forcing a transvaginal ultrasound on anyone prior to them being allowed to have an abortion, regardless of circumstances of what have you. I was done. That's just disgusting beyond disgusting. Yeah. There's no coming back from signing something like that. You should have said, nope, go fix it. Take that out. Not going to do this.
And it did get taken out later, but just to
clarify, not until after it had been law for a year in this state. And I have no idea how many women or young girls were put through something that they should have never been forced to go through, that no one should be forced to go through prior to an abortion. It was law for a year.
I don't know if it was ever enforced in any way, because I don't know if most people even realized it was there.
Oh, you think that the medical community goes against the law? You're crazy. Because they lose their licenses to practice. If the law says you must do this,
I'm not defending it, just to be clear.
Them in a terrible situation.
No, I know. I'm just.
If it happened to one person, that's one person too. Nothing like that should ever be in law. That should never be in law. But of course, I'm taking this a little off. But he was supposedly pro-choice, and then he
actually, and if I can kind of tie this back in, though, this is because, like, no one's really held Sununu accountable for anything. The media in New Hampshire absolutely has not. And part of that has been because local journalism has been so gutted. A lot of, like, the people that have been in Concord, for decades have told me, like, every, like, major for New Hampshire publication would have their own state house reporter. And now when I talk to, like, reporters from, like, NHPR, Union Leader, Concord Monitor, you're seeing them having to cover the state house and a bunch of other stuff too. So, like, there's not really a lot of attention necessarily paid to what's actually going on. And also too, like, these reporters don't want to lose their access to the politicians. So holding them accountable is, again, kind of like a balancing act. Mm-hmm. So I really think that's kind of where, like, citizens kind of have to fill that void. We shouldn't have to necessarily. But I really think that, like, we really should be drawing more attention and talking about the things that we're seeing at Concord or, like, our local city hall or really.
I don't think the press challenges at all.
No, not at all.